What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we focus on the All Blacks versus the Springboks taking place this Saturday, which should be one hell of an opening game for these two incredible nations. I mean, what a way to kickstart their opener, then the big one, South Africa versus New Zealand. These two teams have so much history. If they make it past this game and maybe meet in the final, they will have their 100th game, which is truly remarkable after the history that we've had from way back when to 1995 Rugby World Cup to right now to previous games. It's a special rivalry between South Africa and New Zealand, and a lot of people are talking about it, a lot of people are excited about it, and a lot of people are, if they're from New Zealand and South Africa, I'm sure are hoping that these two will meet not once but twice in the 2019 Rugby World Cup final. But so much needs to be done in order to get there, from progressing quarterfinals, knockouts, group stages. But it all begins this Saturday when we take on the All Blacks in what should be a hell of a contest. Both Steve Hansen and Rassie Erasmus will select the best of the best for this weekend. We've had a few digs. Obviously, South Africa had a dig with the referee, saying he needs to be equal. We've seen the All Blacks assistant coach go at South Africa, saying that South Africa are confident, but the All Blacks are determined, and rightly so. You've got to have a dig here and there. It's not fun. It's not the game if we don't have it. I mean, it's going to be one hell of a game, and a lot is going to be on the line for both teams. I mean, whoever wins gets a certain way through to the final. Whoever loses will meet probably Ireland, which will be one hell of a tough contest going into this Rugby World Cup. So it's going to be quite exciting to see what the result is going to be. And I think a lot, maybe 80-70% are going with the All Blacks beating the Springboks, and we'll see Springboks go second on the log. And I think that's the way a lot of people are going. But overall, I'm hoping, all I want to see is just a great, solid game of rugby where we see brilliance, running play, tries scored, tackles made, less handling errors, proper skillfulness. Whether it's raining as hell or hot as hell, I just want to see a great game of rugby. And the great game of rugby all comes down to good refereeing. And as you know, Jerome Garces is going to be the referee of this game. If you've been watching my channel for quite some time now, you will know that he is not my favorite ref, and his assistant on Saturday is also probably the worst ref I've ever seen in rugby history, and that's Romain Poite. So we've got two French referees who aren't the greatest refereeing a game, and both teams have history with them. I mean, we've got a lot of history with Romain Poite more than Jerome Garces, whereas the All Blacks have a lot of history with Garcia, because of, I think, the All Blacks in the career span have had 4 red cards, 2 of them given by Jerome Garces. Just the other day, Sam Cane got a card, then Sonny Bull got the card in against the Lions. So he likes to dish out the punishment, he really does. But I want to see the game flow. I want to see skillfulness, movement, forward, positive play, instead of him blowing up every bloody thing that he sees on the TV. And by the way, I'm talking for both teams here. I'm not talking, oh, he must watch the All Blacks because of X, Y, and Z, or he must watch the South Africans too. He must watch both teams equally. I want an equal, fair game where if we do something wrong, being the Springboks, they need to be disciplined. Or if the All Blacks do something wrong, they need to be disciplined. I hope it does not come down to a card, because it destroys a game. We saw it when Sam Cane got the red card. It completely affected the All Blacks, and they lost to Australia. Whether you like it or not, the red card had a massive impact in that game. We've seen cards change the game before, and it's in a World Cup, it's not what you want to see. And especially when you've got two teams of this caliber, with such history, with such rivalry, intensity, you do not want to see a card affect the game. So I really hope Jerome keeps his hands away from his pockets and doesn't pull out that red or yellow. If it's a yellow, fine, but do not touch the red card. Leave it to the players, and hopefully the players are disciplined enough to control the game the way it should be done. So that goes for Kieran Reid and Siya Kolisi to take a proper leadership of the game and really make sure their teams are behaving the right way, because we can see you get excited, you get intense in a moment where it's so much pressure, with so much adrenaline going through, you tend to make a stupid mistake, which we've seen, and they're only human. But we do not want it to affect the outcome of the game. We do not want it to be a situation where we meet in a final, or a team doesn't get through in a group stage and we say, oh, but because of that bloody ref giving a red card, South Africa or New Zealand couldn't progress. I don't want that bullshit. I just want great game. Winner deserved to go through. Loser did not. Or deserved to win that game. Loser did not. Let's move on. Let's focus on the World Cup and not worry about excuses or he did this, they did this. I want a solid game. And Jerome Garces needs to really buckle down, because players need to behave, but this man needs to concentrate too and make sure he's not giving away stupid things. Let the game flow. Learn from what Nigel Owens does and just let it be. And let the players play the game to the best of their ability. And Poite, whatever you see on the side, please be wide awake, because I'm telling you, you're going to get such a backlash if either one of these two refs screw up this game coming on this weekend. We have seen careers get destroyed in World Rugby due to inconsistent refereeing. 2011, Bryce Lawrence, where's he now? We've had Craig Yabay. He hardly appeared because of that semi-final and then final game, because he's also been given a lot of hell. So, he went back to sevens. He hasn't played a big game again. So, refereeing needs to be on point this weekend. Barnes hasn't forgotten that forward pass when the All Blacks played, I think it was France. So, if they stuff up a game like South Africa versus New Zealand this upcoming weekend, you are going to be heard. And trust me, YouTubers, people in the public are going to rip him a new one. And I don't care who's it for. If he screwed over South Africa or if he screwed over New Zealand, people will talk, and I will talk, because I am not a biased YouTuber. I am a freaking fair one that wants just a quality game of rugby. Do I want South Africa to win? You're damn right. If Kieran Reid slaps one of my players, then he deserves to get a card. But if Eben Etzebeth Luxem's one of their players, he deserves to get a card too. You'll see it when I do the streams later on in this tournament. So we'll watch it all together. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Obviously, predictions for this game, a full-on detailed preview will be coming out. I just wanted to touch base because there was a lot of talk in my stream on Saturday about the refereeing, and I wanted to just make it a video because there's our assistant coach came out and started chirping the ref, and I wanted to chirp too and give my 50 cents worth of this game. It's going to be a game to remember. It is going to be a potential final, could be potential final, so much is on the line. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new. So much more content coming out this week and the whole World Cup. You don't want to go anywhere. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.